Hello everyone, welcome back. So I hope you had your aptitude session in the morning. There is a little change in the course of the drives which I wanted to update you first. So Infosys was supposed to come on 26, 27, that's the date we were looking at. That is early next week again, so today is 24, 25, so it was supposed to happen end of this week or beginning of next week. Now there is a change. They are going to join in for the campus drive only after 2nd of November. So yesterday I started the Infosys pattern of passage comprehension. I'm going to put a hold on that because we want to focus back on Gemini pattern. So a lot of you may still have questions on Gemini. I wanted to do a quick recap on two aspects. One is the essay writing aspect and the second one is interviews. The reason I want to do recap on interviews because when some of you are calling me and want to interact, you are making the same mistake which you did in the past. Mistakes like your introduction is not proper, you are not giving the right information in the right sequence. For example, Rafi called and he did not give all the details. Now, I have completed 2 weeks of interviews, but still most of you are making mistakes. So I want to recap and redo the interview aspect today. As well as I'm going to focus on the essay writing part of Gemini because of two reasons. One, the requirement of Gemini is really high compared to Infosys. Number two, it's not easy when it comes to essay writing. So you got to be very careful when it comes to essay writing. Today I'm going to pick a sample topic and I'm going to write the essay here in the system so that you guys can get a fair idea how it works. So if we look at the pattern of Gemini, so there is a written assessment followed by interview. There is no verbal ability whatsoever when it comes to Gemini. So for aptitude, for written assessment they have aptitude and essay writing. Aptitude you will have 32 questions which needs to be answered in 50 minutes, 50 minutes. And essay writing, it's just one essay, you will get only one topic and you need to write the essay within 30 minutes with a minimum word count of 300 words. Once you clear the written assessment, you will go through the next round which is interview. In interview, you will have a technical round and you will have an HR round. As far as the body language is concerned, in technical or HR round, it remains uniform. The dress code remains uniform, your behavior remains uniform. Only thing that changes from interview for technical as well as HR is the kind of questions that they're going to ask. Like I said in the past, when it comes to technical round, there is one correct answer and numerous infinity incorrect answer. But when it comes to HR round, there is nothing called an incorrect answer. It's either appropriate answer or inappropriate answer. So HR round they're primarily conducting to gauge your personality, to understand your attitude, to gauge your confidence level, your loyalty factor, your integrity, and your attitude towards your entire work culture that you're looking forward to. And these are elimination round obviously. So once you clear the HR round or technical round, or when you clear both the rounds, that's when you get the offer letter from Gemini. And Gemini is one of the biggest companies in the world based out of Europe. They have a huge presence in India. One of the best companies, obviously you have to be one of the best. So going back to the assessment pattern, written assessment you have aptitude and essay writing followed by technical and HR round which is interview. Your aptitude will have two distinct areas which they will gauge you on, that is quantitative analysis and logical reasoning. When it comes to quantitative analysis, the questions will be from the areas of profit and loss, ratios, linear equations, time and distance, time and work, permutations, combinations, and probability. Most of these areas are already covered as far as your aptitude training is concerned. Then we have logical reasoning, data interpretation, data sufficiency, syllogism, non-verbal reasoning, coding and decoding, blood relations, flowchart, and number series. So each of these two areas, quantitative analysis, let's have the slide please. Quantitative analysis and logical reasoning. Each of these two areas which you see on your screen will have 16 questions each. 16 into 2, that makes it 32 questions, which needs to be answered in 50 minutes. There may be a negative mark, which you never know. So you need to read the instructions very carefully before you attempt the entire test. Once you are done with the aptitude test, which is quants and logical reasoning, the screen will close in 50 minutes and the next screen will open up where you need to write your essay. Your essay will be gauged on punctuation, capitalization, structure, and obviously grammar, the entire structure of the grammar. Okay? So what we have done is we have created a tool for you for mock assessment. I am hopeful most of you have already logged on to this particular site for your mock assessment. Your user ID and passwords are already created. I just need to make a quick change here, just a moment. All right. So when it comes to the user ID and password for this particular site, the site is http://A.P.S.S.D.C number 2.MOOO. It's not a zero, it's an alphabet .com/campuschamps. User ID and passwords are already created, and the ID and password is your Aadhaar number. All the students who are participating in this training, you have given your data to the college. You must have mentioned your Aadhaar card number, all right, the unique identification which the government of India has started. So the Aadhaar number is your user ID as well as its password. One important point when it comes to the tool is compatible with Google Chrome. So please install Google Chrome if you don't have it. It will not work on Firefox, it will not work on Safari, it will not work on Internet Explorer. So please use Google Chrome only. The good news is you can open this website anywhere you feel like, not only in college. If you have a network at home, if you have internet at home, you can use it. If you want to go to an internet parlor and use it, go ahead. It will open anywhere, provided you're using Google Chrome and you remember your Aadhaar number. So that's your ID and password. In case if you're not able to log in, please contact your placement officer. They will inform the A.P.S.S.D.C team and we will rectify the issue. When you log into the tool, what you will see is on the left pane, you need to look for assessments. When you click on assessment, you will have Capgemini aptitude and Capgemini essay. So you can click on the aptitude test, you can take the test. Each paper has 32 questions. Once you submit the answer, the instructions are clearly mentioned. Once you submit the answer, you need to go to scorebook and check your score. Each test you can take 10 times, which means the limit is 10 attempts for each of the test. The more you practice, the better you get. And the time limit is mentioned already, it's 50 minutes. Within 50 minutes you need to submit, otherwise the session will expire. At any given point of time, please do not click on the back button because it will not work, it will expire the entire session. If you want to practice on essay, you click on the essay tab, you will have 10 different topics which is mentioned. Once you click on start or details, it will take you to a window where you can type your email. On the learning module, so you have on the left pane, you have the assessment tab, you have scorebook tab, and you also have a learning module tab. If you go to learning module tab, if you click on it, it will give you the learning module for the entire essay, where I have put together very simple to follow tips in terms of punctuation with examples, grammar, sentence construction, capitalization, what kind of words you should use and what kind of words you should not use. Everything is mentioned, and those topics I have written a sample essay as well. So where I have mentioned there is an opening paragraph, then there is the content, and then there is a closing paragraph, and this essay has to be written over and above 300 words. So try to make it above 300. If it's below 300, you will get disqualified. If you get disqualified in essay, you will get disqualified in entire written exam. In your written exam for Gemini, you need to clear both aptitude and essay. If you fail in either of these two, you will fail in your written assessment, and you need to score above the cutoff. They decide on the cutoff, which we will never know. Once you clear, that's when you go to the interview round. All right. So that's about as far as the pattern is concerned. There are some sample topics which we had put together. These are the same topics which you will see on the tool as well. Somebody said he or she has already practiced on vegetarianism. Is it a healthy way of living? That's a good sign in case if you have practiced. So some of the topics which we had mentioned: English language proficiency is important for getting a job, agree or disagree, advantages and disadvantages of Facebook and WhatsApp, online shopping versus offline shopping, should smoking be banned in public areas, importance of technologies used in educational institution, effects of social media on political issues, is vegetarian a better alternative for healthy living, transformation of higher education into e-education, should the age of selling alcohol be 21 years, or the consumption of alcohol, should there be a limit in terms of 21 years. These are some of the topics which we had. Now as far as the structure is concerned, alright, so I want to talk about the structure very quickly. Just a moment, I will just open this up so that it's easy. So I covered this particular aspect of training last week in terms of writing skill. I am going to do a very quick recap. Once the recap is done, I will write a sample essay on any random topic that I feel like. Alright. So what did we see in terms of the rule for writing? Rule number 1, it said, and we are going to use the PowerPoint only for now. Use concrete rather than vague language. For example, the vague language is the weather was of an extreme nature in Western Ghats, and the concrete is Mumbai and adjoining areas had unusually cold weather last week, which means the sentence has to be absolutely precise and clear. It said use active voice whenever possible, because active voice means the subject is performing the verb. Passive voice means the subject receives the action, and I get given an example. Barry hit the ball, and the passive one was the ball was hit. By whom? Not clear. Okay. Rule number 3, we spoke about usage or overusage of there is, there are, it is, it was, etc. For example, it says there is a case of meningitis that was reported in the newspaper. The revised version, a case of meningitis was reported in the newspaper, and the best version is the newspaper reported a case of meningitis. When I say the newspaper reported it, I am indulging in active voice. Some more example that we saw in terms of usages and active voice. It is important to signal before making a left turn. A revision was signaling before making a left turn is important, or signaling before a left turn is important, or you should signal before making a left turn, because it's a clear-cut instruction. If you read the first one and the last one, there is a huge difference. The first one says it is important to signal before making a left turn. The last one said you should signal before making a left turn, which means the last one I am giving a clear-cut instruction which needs to be followed. Another example, there are some revisions that needs to be made. Passive voice, some revision must be made. Active voice, please make some revisions. When you have active voice, it's a clear statement, straightforward sentence, direct sentence and instructive sentence. Number 4, we spoke about to avoid confusion, don't use two negatives to make a positive without good reason. Unnecessary form, he is not unwilling to help. Basically it means he is willing to help. When you use two negative forms and try to make it a positive connotation, the problem is people or the reader may get confused as to what exactly you are trying to say. That's why keep it simple, short and active. Rule number 5, we looked at use consistent grammatical form when offering several ideas. This is called a parallel construction. Correct form, I admire people who are honest, reliable and sincere. Incorrect form, I admire people who are honest, reliable and have sincerity. The correct form, another example we looked at, you should check your spelling, grammar and punctuation. Incorrect form, you should check your spelling, grammar and punctuate properly. So actually what I am trying to say, I am saying that two elements should be correct and please add a verb on the last one. So I should not be adding a verb. I should be talking in the same consistent grammar format. Alright. Now when it comes to essay, so when I said essay, basically you will write distinctive paragraphs. So I said topic sentence, the first one, the first paragraph is the opening paragraph. Topic sentence, the topic sentence is the first sentence in a paragraph, which means your opening paragraph will start with a topic sentence. What does it do? It introduces the main idea of the paragraph. Does it mean you should repeat the title or repeat the topic? No, you should not do that. So don't put the entire heading as the opening sentence, that is wrong. Then how do I write? Summarize the main idea of your paragraph, indicate to the reader what your paragraph will be about, which means you will mention your thought process, you will express your idea, but you will not repeat the header itself. Number 2, supporting details. What are supporting sentences? They come after the topic sentence, making up the body of the paragraph. What do they do? Why do I need it? I need it because they give details to develop and support the main idea of the paragraph. And how should I write it? You should give supporting facts, details and examples. If you look at the tool, most of the essays that I have written, I have given 1 or 2 examples which everybody can relate to. So the more examples that you give, it's better. Closing sentence. What is a closing sentence? That's a conclusion, the last paragraph of the essay. The closing sentence is the last sentence in a paragraph. We need it because it restates the main idea of the paragraph, which means the opening paragraph and closing paragraph should convey the same information, but you should not repeat the words. You need to paraphrase. How do I write one? Restate the main idea of the paragraph using different words. So basically you have 3 paragraphs in essay: opening, main content, closing or conclusion or summary. Alright. Now the tips that I had put together for essay writing for you, they are: think carefully about what you are going to write. So when you get the entire essay topic, start preparing as to what will be your points. Number 2, collect facts related to your paragraph or essay. Write down your own ideas. Just carry a paper or ask for a paper and pen and write down certain points. Find the main idea of your paragraph or essay. Organize your facts and ideas in a way that develops your main idea. Write the topic sentence, supporting sentences and closing sentence. If you write it down as bullets, that will help you build. Write clear and simple sentences to express your meaning. Basically write short sentences, direct speech or active speech. Focus on the main idea of the paragraph. And number 9, Use a dictionary. Now you cannot use dictionary while you are writing Gemini. So number 9 is not completely valid. Now paragraph writing tips. I will freeze here for 4-5 seconds so that you can take this down. Check your spelling, grammar, read your essay again. Make sure each sentence has a subject. See if your subjects and verbs agree with each other. Check the verb tenses of each sentence. Make sure that each sentence makes sense. These are some of the topic. Do we need watchdogs in our society? Most memorable day of your life. Mention 3 things you regret in your life. Describe your personality. Women empowerment. Role of Gandhism. Vision of India becoming superpower in 2020. Do we need smart cities or smart laws? Is India still a secular state? Is there increase in intolerance in India? So these are some of the topics which I found as a sample topic for you. All right. Now what we are going to do is we are going to write a paragraph. Sorry, we are going to write an essay. I am going to pick a topic which everybody can relate to, and let's say the topic is, I'll quickly type it here. Or I'll improve this entire topic a little bit. Okay. All right. So here is the topic. Should the CRT programs limited only for final year students? That is the topic. Now I may take different views. I may either say yes, it should be limited only for final year students, or I may say no, it should be extended to first year and second year as well. It's my wish. There is no rule. But if you pick a side, if you agree, your passage, your essay has to be consistent with that thought process, whatever it is. Opening, content, closing, it has to be consistent. You cannot change your opinion in between. You cannot take a middle ground. It has to be consistent. So say for example, I say, should the CRT programs limited only to final year students? I will say no, it should not be. So I have decided that no, it should not be. Now how I am going to write this entire essay? First and foremost, I will make certain quick points. All right. So how am I going to make the points? So let's imagine this is my sheet, this is my notepad. Okay. So I'm going to make quick notes. Opening. I hope this is visible. I will expand it a bit. So I'm going to write my opening first. Need for CRT. Why do I need CRT? Importance and benefit. Then I am going to write the body. Y for all, how will it help? Okay. So, these are the points for my body, this is the point for my opening. So, I have taken 10 seconds to read the entire topic, I have understood. Now, I will not spend more than 3 minutes to write my notes. Okay. What is the need for CRT and importance and benefit, or rather I will bring the benefit later. I will only talk about importance, why it's why for all, why do I need it for everyone, how will it help, benefits. Now, I will quickly make my preparation for closing. In closing, I will write the summary, I will mention the value. What do we mean by value? Basically, what is the value of the entire training? Okay, so I will expand this a bit so that it's clearly visible to you. So this is my notes. Need for CRT and importance will come in my opening sentence, or opening paragraph. In body, I will write about why for all, how will it help, what are the benefits. Closing, I will write the summary and the value of this training. Alright. So within 2 minutes, I have written down the entire notes. Now I am going to write the paragraph. So some of you asked, do I need to write the topic? Is it necessary that I write the topic? Fine, if I have time, I will write the topic, no problem. Don't worry, I will expand this. I do have a TV screen here so that I can see clearly, so don't worry about it. I'll expand it and make it visible for all of you. All right. So here we go. So this is my topic. Now I am going to start my essay. Rule number 1, lot of people, how do they write? They say it is important. No, don't do that. Don't leave this gap. Your entire essay has to be left indent. It's good to write with left indent. Alright. So don't leave this gap here. It's not considered an updated style. So I will keep it without any left gap. I will start here. Alright. I am using a different keyboard, so I find it difficult sometimes. I'll quickly write the opening paragraph, then I will read it. Okay? Alright, so that's my opening paragraph and I have written 77 words. I'll quickly read, this is my opening paragraph. Campus recruitment by most of the organizations have become very competitive in the last 10 years. Every company wants to hire the best talents for their organizations. The companies primarily focus on final year students who are awaiting the results. The colleges have been organizing various campus recruitment training. In the bracket I have mentioned CRT, which means next time if I have to mention campus recruitment training, I can just say CRT because I have expanded first, then I have put it in the bracket. So always follow this. If you want to use a short form, first expand it first time when you mention it. Expand it, put it in the bracket, next time onwards you can put it in the bracket. So campus recruitment training programs for the final year students to ensure maximum conversion. What do we mean by conversion? Out of 100 people who participate in the drive, maximum number of students get the job. However, such programs are usually short-term plans. We need a long-term solution for best results. So basically in my opening paragraph, I have mentioned what exactly is CRT program, who usually goes through CRT program, how it happens and what should happen, because I am disagreeing with the entire topic. What is the topic? The topic is, should the CRT programs be limited only for final year students? I am disagreeing, I am saying no. So my last part of my paragraph. However, such programs are usually short-term plans. We need a long-term solution for best results. With this line, I am basically saying we need CRT programs for everyone. Alright? Now my main content I am going to write. Please don't listen. So now in this opening of my main content, I'm basically putting forward my point of view. A typical graduate program lasts for 3 years and 4 years for engineering stream regardless of department. So it could be a chemical engineering, mechanical, electrical, communications, computer science, doesn't really matter. So 4 years for engineering, 3 years for usual graduate, the non-engineering graduate program. In this course of time, the students focus mainly on academics. So now I am getting started with my point of view on the main content, all right. The academic curriculum does not have special attention on industry requirement and practices. Hence, it becomes all the more important to blend the curriculum with the need of the industry. So I'll read this, what I have written. I'll read this entire paragraph. A typical graduate program lasts for 3 years and 4 years for engineering stream regardless of department. In this course of time, the students focus mainly on their academics. The academic curriculum does not have special attention on industry requirement and practices. Hence, it becomes all the more important to blend the curriculum with the need of the industry. This need is on both aspects of domain or technical skills as well as behavioral and soft skills. Today, as most of the students with strong subject knowledge come from rural areas, it's important to provide them a platform where they can improve the soft skill and communication skill. I am putting forward a very strong point which is a fact today. When we go for hiring, we have seen people or the students who come from non-metro areas. Subject wise they are really good. Domain wise, technical knowledge wise, you guys are absolutely amazing. In fact, you guys are better than students in Hyderabad. The problem is you don't have enough platform and forum. That's exactly what my paragraph is saying. The students have very strong technical knowledge, domain knowledge, but they need help with behavioral training, soft skill training and communication training. All right. So I am saying organizing programs only for final year students defeats the purpose of creating a skilled workforce for the organization. Basically, if I want to create skilled resource, Providing a training only for final year, it's not going to help. Now what I am saying, the initiative has to be long term, and hence the improvement process has to start from the first year itself. This way the students will be focused and the improvement will be permanent. Now I'm just about to close my second paragraph. It says this way the student will be focused and improvement will be permanent. When a student gets coaching and help from the very first year, he or she will surely have a better chance of getting a job in their dream organization. Okay, so I'm closing my second paragraph. Now I'm going to conclude. नहीं कर सकता मैं उसको. All right. Now here we go. Any improvement which takes investment of time and effort always lasts longer. Providing CRT programs for students from their first year itself will have much effective results which will make them skilled and capable in final year, providing them the opportunity. Total words I have used is 314, and I took almost half an hour because I am also talking in between, right. So considering your typing speed, obviously mine is little higher. So considering your typing speed, obviously 30 minutes is a good time. So I have finished writing, I have checked the word count, it is 314. Now what should I do? Very important, I will quickly check the entire paragraph for spelling mistake, consistency of punctuation, capitalization, grammar construction. Alright, let us quickly read it and we should be done. Alright, let us start. Campus recruitment by most of the organizations have become very competitive in the last 10 years. Every company wants to hire the best talents for their organization. The companies primarily focus on final year students who are awaiting the results. The colleges have been organizing various campus recruitment training, that is CRT programs, for the final year students. So here there is a mistake. It says final years, it should be year. Final year students to ensure maximum conversion. However, now after however there should be a comma, that is the rule. and after comma there should be a space. You see the space? Okay, the space should be there. However, such programs are usually short-term plans. We need a long-term solution for best results. Now I am switching over to my main paragraph. A typical graduate program lasts for 3 years and 4 years for engineering stream, regardless of the department. In this course of time, the students focus mainly on their academics. The academic curriculum does not have special attention on industry requirement and practices. Hence, it becomes all the more important to blend the curriculum with need of the industry. This need is on both aspects of domain or technical skills as well as behavioral and soft skills. Today, as most of the students with strong subject knowledge come from the rural areas, it's important to provide them a platform where they can improve their soft skills and communication skills. Organizing programs only for final year students defeats the purpose of creating a skilled workforce for the organization. The initiative has to be long term, and hence the improvement process has to start from the first year itself. This way, the students will be focused and the improvement will be permanent. When a student gets coaching and help from the very first year, he or she will surely have a better chance of getting a job in their dream organization. My closing paragraph: an improvement which takes investment of time and effort always lasts longer. Providing CRD program for students from the first year itself will have much effective results, which will make them skilled and capable in final year, providing them the opportunity. Alright, so there you go. That's my essay, why I say that campus recruitment training should be a part of the curriculum for first year as well as second year and not only final year, because the topic is, should the CRT programs limited only for final year students. What if I agreed to it? If I agree to it, I will basically say yes, CRT programs should be focused only on final year students. I will change my entire language there, my entire thought process. I will say that since the recruitment happens only for final year, the training should happen only for final year students, because these programs will be relevant only to them and they will be able to remember. As a part of the final year curriculum, the students will be more focused and more serious. If we provide this training in first year and second year, they may not be serious about it, because students will think, oh my God, my recruitment is happening only in final year, why should I attend the class in first year? I don't want. So what do? They say attendance is mandatory, compulsory. So only for the sake of attendance they will attend, but they will not pay attention, they will not learn anything, because they will think that anyways they are going to train me again in final year, why do I need to learn now? Because the mentality of the student today is such that you study from an exam point of view, not from knowledge point of view. Will this come in my exam? Okay, I will study. Will this question be asked in my final interview? I will study. Otherwise, I don't need it. So basically, I say people have the tendency of following this mentality. That's why in first year and second year, even if you do campus recruitment training, it will not be effective, because they will be serious only in final year. I will put forward these points if I agree to the topic, which is, should the CRD program limited only to final year? I say yes, it should be limited only to final year. But in this case, I am disagreeing. I am saying no, it has to be a long term process. That's why we should go ahead like this. Alright. So that's an example. You have 9 to 10 topics on the tool. I hope you guys are practicing. I have a way of checking, so I will also check, but please do practice as much as possible. If somebody has already logged on to the tool yesterday or day before, if you have practiced, when I open up the lines after 4 o'clock, please give me your Aadhaar number so that I can check. I can check and make corrections also from my back end. Alright. So we'll take a quick break now. Once we come back, we will open up the lines, and please do ask questions pertaining to Gemini. It can be a question about interview, you want to practice interview, no problem at all. We will practice. I will help you as much as possible. So go for a break, refresh yourself, come back, and we'll open up the lines for the interactive session. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Welcome back everyone. There was a little technical glitch, so that's the reason for the delay. Anyway, so we are back and we are opening up the lines for you. So if you have questions, pick up your phone, call and ask questions pertaining to essay writing, pertaining to interviews, whatever question you have for dress code, for behavior, how to sit, how to stand, shake hand or not. So these are the numbers. I'm going to read this out. 040, the code for Hyderabad, 23540726, 23540326, and there is also a toll free number which you can call where you don't have to spend, 1-800-425-403. So 3 numbers in total, 2 are paid numbers, 040 the code, 23540726, 23540326, and the 1-800 number, the toll free number, 1-800-425-403. So these are the 3 numbers we have listed like every day. Pick up your phone, dial the number and ask your questions. If your questions have anything related to Gemini recruitment, feel free to ask. Even if you have questions related to the tool where you are practicing, the A.P.S.S.D.C 2.mcCCC.com/campuschamp, you need to log in with your Aadhaar number, that's your user ID and password. You have aptitude as well as essay writing on assessment. You can, once you're done with the assessment, you can submit, go to scorebook, get a score, or you can also go to the learning modules and get the details on essay writing. You have very clearly mentioned instructions. If you have any question pertaining to these areas, please feel free, call and ask. And if you have any doubts, if you need clarification in terms of interviews, you can ask, I'm going to help you. If you want me to repeat what I have done in terms of interviews, please call and ask that as well. Because A.P.S.S.D.C is postponed, it's happening the first week of November. Hence, we will focus mainly on Gemini only. That's why I have put a hold on what I was doing for A.P.S.S.D.C. I have restarted recap for Gemini. The same thing happened for aptitude as well. So those are the 3 numbers. I'm going to repeat the numbers: 23540726, 23540326, and the toll free number 1-800-425-403. So do we have any callers so far? So please do feel free to call. You can ask whatever questions you have, no problem at all. Meanwhile, the topics, there are some topics which we have put together. I'll give you some more information in terms of the topics. I'll just give you some basic ideas as to what kind of questions they will ask and how should you answer. I'll quickly have that for you, just a moment. Okay. So these are the 10 topics which I had given in the past. Do we need watchdogs in our society? I have already written one essay on this. Most memorable day of your life, you can just pick the day when you graduated. Sorry, you are yet to graduate, right? So the day when you got your intermediate results, maybe you topped the class, you topped the college, you can talk about that and what is the importance, how happy your parents were when you shared the results with them. If you have participated in any kind of cultural program where you have won a prize, or any sports event where you have achieved or accomplished or won something, you can talk about anything. Which is the most memorable day of your life? Say for example, you went on a college trip with your friends to Bangalore, you can talk about that as well. What did you learn? Why is it memorable? The moments that you shared with your friends and family members, in case if you went out on a trip with your family members, you can talk about that as well. Third one says mention 3 things you regret in your life. Regret basically means you wish you did not do something wrong. Regret means if you could go back in past and correct it. Regret means if you're sorry about 3 things in your life. Say for example you had a target of scoring 85% or 90% in your exam, but you scored less because you did not pay attention. Say first years, yesterday somebody said first year, second year I did not score very high. Okay, we have a caller. Good evening.
Sir, good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
I am doing good. What's your name, sir?
Sir, my name is Mohammed, sir.
Mohammed, where are you calling from?
Kannur district, sir.
I'm sorry?
Nandyal, sir, Kannur district.
Nandyal, okay. All right. What is your question, sir?
Sir, can we insert a photo on resume, sir?
Can you insert a picture on your resume? It's a good practice if you have a picture on your resume, because when they see a person's face, they feel more comfortable. They can have a face to the name. It's a good practice. It's primarily done for people who are applying for job in senior level or experience level. But as a fresher also, if you want to insert a picture on your resume, it's fine. It's a good practice. But it's not compulsory, it's not mandatory. But if you want to do it, go ahead, no problem at all. But you need to be very sure the picture is clear, the picture is aligned properly, it's not like up and down and little slanted. It should be on the corner, on the top corner, top right corner of the Word document is where the picture should be. All right? Are you still there, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you have any more questions?
Sir, we are asked permission, sir, interviewer.
Can you speak a little louder?
Sir, we are introduce ourselves now, sir.
Yes.
Can we give shake hand to first, sir? Or later we can give, sir?
Can you give what?
First of all, we have to give shake hand or last?
Yes. So when you enter the room, it's a good practice to wish or greet the person, good morning, good afternoon, and shake hand before you sit. It's a good practice. It's a sign of confidence.
Okay, sir.
All right. And before you leave also, you should shake hand and thank them.
Okay, sir.
All right. Any more
Sir,
questions you have?
sir,
Yes.
In essay writing, you write year and year word in more times, no, sir?
I am not understanding what you're saying. Can you speak a little louder?
Sir, in essay writing,
Yes.
can we, the words are repeat, can we write words are repeated or not, sir?
Can you give me an example?
For example, you wrote year, sir, year.
H-E-R-E or H-E-A-R?
Y-E-A-R, sir.
Sorry?
Y-E-A-R.
Yes, year, correct.
You wrote multiple times, sir, year. Can we write like that, sir, or not?
If I need to, obviously I will write. But obviously I will not write one after another. If there is a need for the word, obviously I will write. There is no rule the same word cannot be repeated.
Okay, sir.
It depends on the context, right?
Yes, sir. Sir, heading, sir.
Yes.
Heading. You wrote campus requirement training in that light. We can write multiple times in campus requirement training,
Yes, you can write that. If you need to. See, there is no rule. There is no hard and fast rule. If you need to, obviously you will write.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any more questions you have?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Do we have more caller? Okay, all right. So let's go back to the slide till we get the next caller. Mention 3 things that you regret in your life. So maybe you did not study hard or did not work hard or did not put enough efforts for your first year or second year, which you regret. Or probably you love playing cricket, but you did not participate in the trials. Had you participated in the trials, you would have succeeded, you would have played in the zonal or the district level or the state level. So that's one regret. So basically they're asking you to write 3 regrets. It could be possible that you have only one regret in your life. So mention only one. Write the entire essay about only one. Even though it's saying 3, you write only about one, but you write properly that I have only one regret in my life, I don't, and that regret is I did not work hard for my second year exams. So if even though the topic says 3, you have only one regret, so you can mention about only one. Describe your personality. Now here you are basically writing about yourself. So here you can write about your strengths, you can also write about your weakness, because your strength and your weakness is a part of your personality, alright. So both the aspects you can mix and match, but when I say mix and match, you need to mention in a very structured way. First you define your personality, what kind of a person you are, then speak about the strength and the weakness. When you speak about your strength in the essay, basically you will tell how your strength contributed positively, and weakness, how your areas of weakness did not help you and what is your action plan, alright. So basically you are talking about yourself in an essay rather than in an interview round, that is the difference. Women empowerment, very, very hot and red topic right now, everybody has been talking about it. Even if you are a guy, obviously you should talk about women empowerment. Why is it necessary? Can we have the slide please? They need to see the topic. Women empowerment, here basically talking about women should be given more power. Why should they need it? What is the requirement? What is the importance of it? Here you basically talk about what is the current scenario, okay? And for example, in the parliament, we have the legislation which is pending, which talks about, okay, I have finished reading the topic, now you can show me, please pay attention, control room. I have finished showing. Okay, please pay attention, thank you. So when it comes to women empowerment, basically I am talking about what women can do. I am talking about the capability. Are we giving equal importance to them? Are they getting equal opportunity? You can use various examples, like yesterday there was a news where they said women soldiers will be deployed on the border by ITBP. So that is border police and patrolling force in Kashmir and Siachen. So they are inducting women soldiers for border policing, for border force, which is a very good sign, which means you are giving them the importance. If you take an engineering stream, I am told that in mechanical not many girls take admission in mechanical. Now that is a wrong way of looking at it. Women or girls are as capable as men, any kind of job. You go outside India, there are a lot of, I mean you don't even have to go to western countries. If you go to some of the neighboring countries, if you go to a country like Bhutan, if you go to a hotel, most of the people, 95% of the staff is women. You go to any big hotel, there will be somebody who will come and carry your luggage. Even those kind of work is done by women in Bhutan because they give more importance to women. In India, it's not the same, but it's changing and there is a need for more change. So when you have an essay on a social topic like women empowerment, you got to be very, very careful as to what you write. You obviously should write in agreement, you should support it, alright. And you can write so much, you can give so many examples. For example, people usually think women in terms of job are fit only as a receptionist or as a lady doctor or a teacher. We find most of the teachers as women. Not necessarily, they can be cops, they can be lawyers, they can be doctors, they can be soldiers, they can be engineers, they can be trainers. So many avenues, even camera people, the camera person, actors, it's everywhere. Women can do anything. So that is what you need to talk about, giving a lot of examples, alright. Let's take the next topic, which is role of Gandhism. Now what exactly Gandhism is all about? Now Gandhism is about, number one, which is non-violence. Number two, it's about honesty. When we speak about honesty, we are speaking about truthfulness, where we will not let go our truthfulness, our integrity will be high, we will not do anything wrong, we will not hear anything wrong, speak anything wrong. What is the role of Gandhism in today's era? Non-violence is good. Gandhiji taught us, if somebody slaps on one side, extend the other side. But he never said, don't protect yourself. That is where the confusion happens, and you can write an essay that Gandhi's teachings have been misunderstood by a lot of people. Gandhi's teaching says that you should advocate non-violence, but he never said don't advocate self-defense. He never said that. If somebody is torturing you, somebody is troubling you, putting you in trouble, you have all the right as a human being to retaliate and to protect yourself. How do you put forward this information? You can speak about the history, you can speak about the present, and you can speak about his teaching which is relevant today and what will be relevant tomorrow by giving various examples. Alright. Next topic says vision of India becoming superpower in 2020. Now you will basically talk about what do we mean by superpower. Superpower doesn't mean that you are economically number one. Superpower doesn't mean technologically you're number one. Superpower doesn't mean in terms of population you're number one. No. Superpower basically means when every person in the country goes to sleep in the night not being hungry. Superpower basically means every small kid in the country gets education. Superpower means no person is sent back from a hospital saying that we don't have the facility, give us money, bribe us and I will give you injection. Superpower means there is no poverty. Superpower means there is no malnutrition. Superpower means you are self-sufficient, which means you are taking care of yourself as well as others. Alright. What about the slide? So that is what superpower means, where you are taking care of yourself as well as you are supporting other countries. If you look at some of the superpowers which is there today, say for example one superpower that comes to our mind is America. Does America have a huge unemployment problem? Yes. Do they have a crime problem? Yes. But are they funding other countries? Are they supporting other countries financially? Yes, they are. But they also have their own problem. Does India have its own problem? Yes, we have our own problem. But are we supporting other countries? Definitely yes. If you go to a country like Sri Lanka, if you go to Burma, if you go to Bhutan, if you go to Afghanistan, India has been funding a lot of social projects. India has been funding a lot of infrastructure there. So we are superpower in a way. But what is our vision should be for 2020? Our vision for 2020 should be innovation. Our vision for 2020 should be creating employment for our own people as well as people in the world. How we are bringing the change. Alright. That's what superpower means. Next topic says, do we need smart cities or smart laws? Now in order to write this essay, you need to understand what do we mean by a smart city and what is a law. Smart law. So let's look at the law first. I will use an example to write the essay. For example, the law says, Motor Vehicle Act, the law says, if the signal is red, I should not go, I should not move. Alright, that's what the law says. But in India, in Hyderabad or anywhere else in India, what I have observed, if the signal is red, people stop. They stop not because the signal is red, they stop because there is a traffic police standing there. If the traffic police is not there, they break the signal and they go. Which means the fear is about the person who is standing there, not the law itself. Because nobody follows the law, nobody cares about the law. So even if you bring more laws to the country, what's the point? People are not going to follow it. which means we need to change the culture, change the behavior of the people where we respect the law, not the person who is enforcing the law. So, you explain your point of view about the law, then you explain about the smart city. Smart city, what do we mean by smart city? Smart city could be various meaning. For example, number 1, if I want to pay my electricity bill, I don't have to go to an office, take a receipt, stand in a counter, give cash and take a receipt in return. I don't need it. I can use my smartphone, I can use my computer and I pay the bill. Smart city means if I am going by the road, suddenly I see a huge pothole. What I do, I take a picture of the pothole and there is an app on which I say this is the location, this is the GPS geo tag of the pothole, please fix it. And I get a reply within 24 hours it will be fixed. After 24 hours I get an automated message that this pothole has been fixed. If I see a street lamp which is not working, it is dark, the lamp is not, the bulb is fused, it is not working. If you pay attention, every street lamp has a number, it is an identification number. I can send a message to the electricity department, take a picture on WhatsApp and say this is the pole number, pole address, please fix the bulb. In next 2 hours they fix the bulb. That is smart city. Smart city means where I am reducing the time taken to do one particular task, how I am improving my system, where I have a very good drainage system, where I have cleanliness in the city. For example, if you go to places like Singapore, you will not see anybody smoking on the road. Nobody can chew chewing gum. You can't buy chewing gum in Singapore, it's banned. That's a smart city. So, you put forward your point of view about smart city, that we need smart cities, we don't need smart laws. We already have the law, people are not following it. We need to change the mindset to make a city smart because we already have the laws. That is how you put forward your points. Topic number 9, is India still a secular state? What do we mean by secular? Secular means equal opportunity, equal space, equal respect for everybody, regardless of your religion, regardless of your caste, your belief, you are being termed as equal. There are people who believe in God, and if they believe in God, they believe in certain religion. They are called religious people. There are people who believe in God, but they don't believe in religion, so they are called spiritual people. They believe in spiritualism, but not a religion. Then there are people who don't believe in God at all. They say God does not exist. It's all science. Fine, that's your point of view. I respect it. So, do you think we had so many instances in last 1 year, 2 years, we keep reading it in newspaper and watching it on news. Are we still respecting everybody's point of view? I will say yes, we are still secular state. We are still a secular country. Just few people, because of political need, for various selfish requirement, they are instigating people. But in general, we are very secular. We respect all religions, we respect all kind of belief system, we respect all caste, everybody has the same opportunity. Because of some handful of people who don't want to respect, we cannot call India as a non-secular state or non-secular country. As a matter of fact, there are 18 languages in India which is termed as an official language. Hindi is not the official language. There are 18 languages, which includes Telugu as well, is the official language. We don't have an official language, which means every language is respected. But certain people have a different belief system. So, that is what you will write about. What is the problem we are facing, how we can rectify the problem, and how we can keep the entire secular philosophy intact. And the last one we have on the list is the increase in intolerance in India. Intolerance means somebody is not wearing, or somebody is wearing a t-shirt, please don't wear it, I will go to the police. Somebody is eating non-vegetarian food on Dashera, please don't eat it, it's not allowed. Don't eat this, don't eat that, don't wear this, don't wear that. All this is intolerance because I don't want to tolerate and accept some other point of view. Is there a growing intolerance? Yes, we have intolerance. Why is it happening? You mentioned the reason. Should it happen? No, it should not happen. Again, you put forward your point of view. Your essay writing is basically trying to understand what you are thinking and how effective you are in terms of putting forward your point of view. All right. The lines are still open. Let's have the number flashed on the screen. The numbers are 040-2354-0726, 2354-0326, 1-800-425-403. If you have any questions pertaining to essay or interview or the Capgemini recruitment process or even Infosys recruitment process, please call and ask about dress code, about your behavior in an interview. Any kind of questions that you have, please do call and ask. I got only one caller today and I'm still waiting, so if you do not have any questions, obviously we'll call it off because I'm done with my portion today. So if you still have questions, please do call. Tomorrow what we'll do is I will do a quick recap on dress code because some of you may have missed the session on dress code. I will do a quick recap on dress code. I will repeat the importance of interview, what kind of questions they will ask. I will repeat D1, D2, D3, D4, what kind of questions will be asked and what is an appropriate answer for these questions. I'll again talk about why do people succeed in interviews, why they fail in interviews. All right. So we'll call it off because we are not getting any calls today. So tomorrow I hope it will be interactive. Today we had just one caller. We will focus again on Capgemini because the Capgemini drive is getting started. All right. So we will see you tomorrow exactly at the same time, 3 o'clock. Thank you.